Okay, we're back with more chicken place. So, a thing I didn't know is that we were supposed to talk to Lewis after we talked to Blackjack. I think his second name is. Hang on. Yeah, Blackjack. Okay. Yes, so it turns out we were supposed to talk to Lewis. I did that. I did that without recording because I thought it was just going to be some kind of jokes about why Lewis is here. But no, apparently not. Anyway, let's try talk to the. We have things we can discuss. Yeah, let's go for
Look, I really don't want any trouble, but
there's gonna be the part where somehow he knows it's fake.
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers. Forgive this slang.
I mean, I'm just checking out all the options.
And there are some I am strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow.
Wow.
Do you have any idea who we are? You ever read the papers?
Really? I'm playing this card?
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I get the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
Oh my God, not the books again.
I'm guessing the books did Sonny dirty.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
He's trying to be nice.
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. And thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen. And forgive me for my austere composition.
I mean, I feel like I can't really blame him. He's a fan, but he's also got to do his job.
No problem, Shakespeare.
With an insane vocab. I kind of. What else does
Say, big guy, is this your job? To stand in front of the club and keep out decent fellows like us all night?
I'm assuming that each option, it doesn't count if you've done any of the other options.
He is quite creative in this field, I must say.
Oh.
Like?
Go on.
Like what?
Exactly.
What?
Sorry, monsieur. I'm not,
Following? That's two of us.
Permitted to say anything more about the matter. Regulations, yeah, I know. This bullshit just gave me a headache.
So sorry to hear that, sir.
Well, that happened. I kind of want to see what happens with Natasha, because as far as I'm aware, Lewis is the way to potentially get in.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
That was the option, yes.
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
I mean, you never know.
Well, she owns the place.
Knew that.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Yeah, Lewis is the way to
Say,
get in.
big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
Okay.
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Oh.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
Sir!
Oh, okay, that was the option.
How'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Hayworth.
Okay, I went for the wrong option. I should have done that and then went to talk to Lewis.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
L'archulamont, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
I'll admit, I was expecting it to be at least slightly different. Anyway, let's check it out.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight. Yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt
I
whiskey.
imagine that's the common smell
Behind the
here.
bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Huh. Whoa.
Mother of...
Is this supposed to happen, or is it just because I pushed a button?
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Oh, they do care.
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
Apparently.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Marty pulls out Big Bertha again.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
So I'm assuming, like always, is them just messing about and probably getting into a fist fight. Okay. Got option things to check out are the stage, person there, and person there. Let's check out the stage first. Okay, just an empty stage.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
To make it easier to find Natasha, or
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
or that. It could be that.
So says the little butt jam.
Was he struggling for that?
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now.
It is now,
Hey.
all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
Oh my god.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
Kind of a weird example, right? But all right.
What is it, butt jam?
Oh, okay, there's multiple options. Great.
Nothing, old fart.
One more time, just to make sure.
What is it, butt
Okay.
jam?
Nothing.
Oh, I keep forgetting I can move the. Whoa. Hi. Okay, bartender. Oh, okay, so weird that like this guy. Oh, just to check out different movie posters, I guess. Is it weird about that guy and this dude's just like. You know, screw it. This guy's made me curious now.
Hey, there's Fillmore.
Filmer?
Who? Oh, yes. Philmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
That's what his calls himself.
You know him well?
You read the
We
subtitles so
had
that
some
makes sense.
seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia.
Yeah.
Way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
I'm assuming with color. Like, I'm assuming with color in the background.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap Pulp Fiction book.
Huh.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
Also just kind of creepy, just like, hello, I'm looking at you. Over then again, like, Fosmo, like, he is. Pretty much, Fosmo, the people I can interact with are the people looking at me. Yeah, what actually happens?
Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
He looks angry.
Blow me, Sonny.
Whoa.
You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay then.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Phil Marlowe.
Yeah, close enough.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with the Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Wow.
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And very inexperienced, I'm assuming.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Yikes.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
That would just be bad for multiple reasons.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
Huh.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
So is that a yes or a no?
Oh boy.
I'm assuming no.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
I mean, we've heard it confirmed. We've had that be confirmed like 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right,
Oh, boy.
but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
I'm assuming that part's mutual.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Wow. Oh, that was the story one. Or not. I am now confused. Okay, yeah. But... Oh. No, just extra people who joined in, I guess, that I can talk to. Let's check out some movie posters, because why not?
Oh, I know this fodder guy. He was kinda good in Death of the Horse.
You've seen every clucking movie.
I mean, you gotta have a hobby, right?
You know, Laura and I go to the movies a lot. When was the last time you went?
You're assuming Sonny went to the movies in general.
Exactly 12 years ago.
Okay, he actually has, but...
Oh, you remember that precisely? Let me guess. Molly?
Yep, our very first date.
Aw.
I see. What did you watch?
I don't remember. I just remember her. Nothing else.
Aw.
You're a clucking poet. I mean it.
Although, yeah, like... Now, I might as well check out the book, like... What the hell? Could all... Must know something about Natasha that could be important for the case, but he won't talk until I meet her. He seemed a little bit nervous. Okay. Natasha must know my wife Molly from somewhere, or perhaps she has very good informants. I'll have to find out what the connection is. Yeah, it's been a while since I played this game, and like, I'm hoping to just kind of like... I guess like, just focus on getting through a good lot. Then I'll probably go back to at least I'm here and 2 in Resident Evil 3.
2 whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before.
Oh, why the long face?
Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
I'm sorry, I felt like I had to.
Ah, you're right, Marty. Hey, long
Hey.
face, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Oh, god damn it.
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
As I recall, you're always bragging about hiding your shotgun in your coat so well, no one can see it.
I mean, if you can do that, I feel like that is something that you might want to brag about, depending on what you do.
Sure. Maybe I have it with me now. What?
Well, do you see that bottle, Marty? That's a 28-year-old Golden Eagle whiskey.
Of all the furry gods, you're right.
Ah.
And they've just left it on the bar. Someone ordered it, got so drunk he forgot all about it.
So we're confiscating it as evidence.
Yes. Evidence.
Yeah, well, more like stealing it. But if it's easier for you.
God damn it.
Ah, you're twisted, pal. But to be honest, I've no objections.
Okay. Okay. I'm assuming the idea is just
Tell
I'm
me,
supposed to
hey,
talk
Brett,
about most
have
of
you seen Natasha
I'm
tonight?
supposed to talk to most of the people in the room about Natasha. Also, fucking hell.
Not yet, sir. But she's coming on soon.
Okay.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wessler?
Sir, I don't want to.
I mean, that's a good reason.
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
I feel like it's gonna take more than 5.
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks yet. Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You do your job, and we'll do ours, okay?
Okay then.
I mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to relax.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just a little fun. Of course, gentlemen.
Eat it. Like, the bartender doesn't care. Okay. And
Gentlemen, your drinks.
I didn't even want to do that, but alright, why not?
Yeah, sorry, but we have to run. Thanks anyway, Bojack.
Ugh, my name is not Bojack.
What is it then?
Yeah, I tip you, pal, but I don't have any change, so... Sure, sir. The Tsar welcomes you back anytime.
He doesn't though.
Sounds good, Bojack.
He loves his... that's a bartender that loves his job. I don't know why I expected him to appear in the book. Oh, well... Okay, Gunplan's confused.
She has
Check out
pretty
the
long
waitress.
legs.
See if
I
she
mean,
knows anything.
pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Gee, Sonny, say that louder, why don't you?
That girl is looking at me.
Okay, I'm assuming I'm not gonna get any story elements from the waitress.
She's just looking at anyone whose glass is empty, Marty. That's all.
No, Sonny. She was staring at me, like, hard. Now, I saw it.
Marty, you're imagining things. Oh, wait a second.
Oh?
You see that, right? She's looking right at us with those big, black, weird squirrel eyes.
Okay, Marty, don't panic. Just look elsewhere and walk away slowly.
I feel like Sonny's panicking more than anything, just looking at him.
Creepy little squirrel girl.
Okay, and on that note... Yes, big buck.
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
Wonder where this is going.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Wah, wah.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
I know his.
You just need to get used to it again.
I mean,
What?
God damn it, he's kinda got a point.
This is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
Maybe he's all three.
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
Wow.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
Yep.
I try.
Okay, what about
A
fox?
fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
That's a sentence.
What?
Like,
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
where?
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Wow.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. Remember that old case with the fox and the raven?
How could I even forget?
I can imagine Sonny trying to.
Absurd, right? All that bloodshed for a piece of cheese.
Yeah, hunger can bring out the monster in animals, right?
Yikes.
And the wildest and most primordial instincts, no matter how civilized they seem.
Huh.
As you say, Marty.
For some reason, I could imagine this being a thing to try, maybe remember for later, or like it'll come up later. Anyway, well, this guy's staring at me, so.
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
I mean, yeah, you know, like they might have had experience with an enlisted couple before.
Hey, Marty,
And I
I bet you wouldn't dare
being
to go up
sarcastic.
to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Ah, are you chicken or what?
I mean, kinda.
Piss off, old bird.
Nah, chicken shit.
Oh, wow. Oh! Hang on. Oh, he was right there!
That
Check out
woman
the-
with Ibn, I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams,
Oh,
pal.
boy. Okay, I'm assuming. Well, let's check out this trust.
The memories are returning.
Jeez, just spare me the dirty details.
Oh, man.
Jeez, just...
Okay, now, yeah, it's like twice was good.
Isn't that?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
The
I
great
probably should have
Ibn
done this
Wessler,
one.
in the
Probably
flesh.
should have done
So
this
much
first.
for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
So we still have a chance.
Great.
Or not.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
Let's see how this goes.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hang on.
Hey, Olivia.
I want to assume an ex-girlfriend?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
Sonny's regretting everything now.
What a pleasant surprise. The roaster copper's in person.
Oh boy.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sonny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is...
I mean, he just said his name.
Marty McChicken. Sir, I just introduced myself to your lady companion
I
seconds
mean,
ago.
he did.
Oh, yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
I wonder where this is going.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart.
Okay, just going straight into it
Natasha.
then.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know,
No,
horrifying
no
threats
big
written
deal.
on the wall with blood red paint, the usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
I mean, I can
Mr.
assume.
Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
Probably a good number of ways.
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, boys, this is my second
I'm at your service.
time questioning a person in this game. Also, check the book quick. Okay. Hey. Oh, I actually got him. Olivia's currently Wessler's assistant and Esco finding out whether Finding out whether there's anything other than a working relationship between these two could prove valuable. Okay, good to keep that in mind. Olivia Blackwing, Crow. Unusually tall and slim for a Crow, she's quiet and mysterious. Wesler, Rat. Special features, good looking, charismatic, and a clocking gangster. Fair enough. Wait, actually, one of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville, real estate Mongol, bank director, museum owner, distil smuggler, and information broker. And that's only half of what I've heard about him. He has his dad's little paws everywhere in the city's underworld. He's been acting quite strange recently, as if he's been trying to withdraw from his own shady business to live a simple life with simple pleasures. That wouldn't be a problem in itself, but this isn't. It just isn't like him. Okay. Also, anyway, I can imagine any animations I make involved in this game could be somewhat easy, but somewhat also difficult. Well, let's get into it.
Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please act straight, huh?
So, just get straight to the point. Also, to be fair, it's like, I don't think the last time I played the game was either last week, I think. And before that, it was at least a month, so I am not doing good with remembering stuff with this game.
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
Okay. Let's just go down
I'm
the
not
list.
as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
I mean, I feel like there are weirder lives.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Really?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
Okay. Why Lewis?
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
Okay.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Okay.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
He takes pride in it.
Has your assistant been working for you long?
It's like, let's ask about the assistant, because far as I'm asking about Natasha's like the main story.
Are you talking
elements.
about me?
Does he have it? Does he have another assistant? At least here.
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then.
Alright,
I've been
then.
in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
Okay then.
It sounded rude to me.
I mean,
Yeah, please forgive her, detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
fair enough.
Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr.
I was gonna
Wessler.
say, as far as I'm aware, I did go on Natasha, didn't I? Wait. Oh,
Don't be shy, detective. Ask me
what
anything.
is going on?
All right, Mr. Wessler. Let's see.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Don't be shy.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
Oh,
Wessler is a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall.
okay.
Yeah.
That's starting to make a little bit more sense. I haven't had to do this since that GG16 game episode of this game, and even then. How did you feel when you heard about the black man? Did the other question I
How
gotta
did you
ask.
feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
Like, why would anyone mess with you? Kind of ridiculous.
And now?
He doesn't care.
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Oh.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
Just one question straight to the point.
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You seem a very busy man. May I ask what you do? He's a trick. Actually, just like Wesley, he's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I got him against a wall. Impressions tricky, mistrustful. I mean,
You seem a very busy man. May I ask what you do?
It's, uninteresting.
that's what older people with interesting work say.
Would you elaborate?
I got a small share in the meat substitute business. If the new product works, maybe we can make your job easier.
Oh?
You mean reduce predation in Clawville?
There are such plans. If you're interested, talk to Olivia, my assistant. She's an expert in what she does, unlike me.
I'm assuming I'll have the option to call.
Thank you.
Ask
That's
for
it for
questions.
now.
Oh. Oh, okay. I've heard you're quite the speaker. How are your alibis, Mr. Wessler? Is this place yours? Okay, as I'm aware, we know it's not hers. Oh, not his even, so...
How are your alibis, Mr. Wessler?
Am I a suspect? That was fast. But thank you for asking. They're solid. Just ask Olivia. She can enlighten you in this matter too, if you're curious.
Slightly, yes.
No need. And no, you're not a suspect. Yet. No more than everyone else in Clawville.
So it's like at least a slight chance.
That's, reassuring.
Wessler
Oh.
is tougher than I thought. And he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
God damn it, for some reason I thought we were done. Are you and Natasha close? Don't you find these messages dangerous? Do you spend a lot of time here? Were there any similar incidents in Natasha's past? Okay, I feel like if anything, the two with Natasha are probably the better ones. Although, yes, it's great.
Are you and Natasha close?
What do you mean exactly, chicken?
Yeah, boy.
Mr. Featherland, if you please. This could be important. How does she stand on the scale from sweetheart to wife?
Oh, you have some nerve. Ask her that. I'm a gentleman, Mr. Featherland.
Really?
Oh boy.
Maybe you can't comprehend it, but I can't ask for her hand until she offers it to me herself.
How chivalrous.
I'm sensing sarcasm.
Get to the point,
Oh
detective.
boy, he's getting pissy.
Business going well, Mr. Wessler?
Is this a good one or
is
not?
quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage.
Apparently.
I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
Oh boy. The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet? Have there been similar threats in the past? Would you be willing to testify at the station?
Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? Yeah, I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Probably not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
Alright?
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
I mean, that is probably like a very common question in this game.
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corporal?
Oh boy.
So I accidentally let some big secret slip out?
I mean, no, just how did you two meet? I feel like it's not exactly too bad.
A simple answer would work.
Just met at the movies, met at a coffee shop, just something like that.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
I mean, true. Do you live in the same house?
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Goldtown. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
Oh.
How often does she use the weekend house?
I'm assuming on the weekends, but I can never be too sure.
Yeah, every other weekend. Roughly.
So pretty much.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone. Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, eh? She's an adult. She doesn't need an escort. Or, she didn't need one until now.
Are you afraid for her? You know, a big star like her, alone in that house.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but, it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
He does care.
I suppose not.
Okay.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Apparently.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but, in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
I mean, I could assume so.
Illegal gambling nights.
They might have multiple names.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red.
You bastard, Sonny, but yes, you're right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
I mean, why not? And ranking. Yes! I'm a true detective! But better than the last one.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
I thought we were becoming friends.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
I wonder if there's something about Olivia in Marty's section of the book.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Pleasure to meet you now. Please leave.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Fair enough. I guess they chose to stand.
kill me, honey. I'm
I wonder if this will cause copyright issues. Also, Sonny's very interested in this.
My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby, just give us
What
Sonny.
the hell?
Sonny.
say. Chloe's still lying in my bed. And it's dead.
Oh, that's ominous.
That was, unique.
I was listening to the entire thing. You cannot prove that I wasn't.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
That feels like a bad pun.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
Is that a compliment or an insult?
More or less.
Oh boy.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
Okay.
You were amazing, dear. As always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Okay.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
As part of the cover, or just because we're not liked?
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Okay then.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Oh boy.
Hey,
You're not invited, Marty.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
Was I supposed to be helping him or not?
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
Okay then.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
This ain't gonna go well. Okay, so yeah, let's check the book. Actually, yeah. Okay then. Yeah, Fuzman does nothing with Marty and
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
Oh. Yeah, Sonny just wanted to be rude.
I was just trying to be rude.
God damn it.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
She just slaps him.
Don't mention it.
What's this? Am I actually taking this? A chicken place story. Okay then. Yeah, screw it, let's just get to it.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I mean, it could be.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Okay then.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's Sonny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay then.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
Is she just pointing out a thing that's happened in the past, or is she making some kind of like a weird demand?
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Okay then.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
Okay then.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Okay then.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Yeah, I guess it was just like some kind of a comfort.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh boy.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but
Who says
I've
it's an
seen you
act?
scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
Damn, she's good.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Okay then. Yeah, like I assume there's gonna be more things in her page. Either that or the rest of the alphabet is just you can ask her cool questions now.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Okay, let's do the questioning and maybe end it here for and maybe end it there for today.
That was a remarkable performance.
To say the least.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's one way of wording it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
I mean, a couple of times you gotta make them special.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean.
Okay,
Yes.
was it just me that thought I saw her arms kind of like glitch out for a second? The picture on the wall is quite daring. The place is elegant, and so is your room. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I never asked any questions
The
about
picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask
it. Oh no.
All right. How old were you?
She's not going to tell.
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
She knows too much.
You tell me.
Do you think one of the admirers might be behind the threats?
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, one may go too far.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
As my dad's been used in stories multiple times.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Oh boy.
Ah, I see.
Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats? This whole case stinks. What are you trying to make me do? Why, Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come at me? Yeah, I feel like...
Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Didn't you ask her the same thing already?
I might have forgotten.
I did, but I like to hear it from all sides.
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm not too keen on leaving my home. When I do, it's only with an escort.
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to upset him with this. He thinks I'm overreacting.
I mean, for a mob boss, this might be a very small thing.
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
Alright. What was in those threats exactly?
What was in those threats exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
Okay.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
I mean, yeah, that might not be good.
Thank you for your honesty.
Ouch. No one's ever seen the culprit, not even a shadow. Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you? What about Philmont? I feel like it might be best not to bring him up.
Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something a little more.
Every interracial relationship has risk, but yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Well... That's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around, if you don't mind.
Oh boy.
As you wish, Sonny.
Okay, not what I was expecting, not gonna lie. How many fools like me have you used?
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life? Well,
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cockadoodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Fair point.
Okay.
Broadcast received, ma'am. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
Okay. Let's stop beating around the bush. How do you
Let's
know
stop
Molly?
beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
So I should have gone for this from the get-go because I think this was one of the first
I'm
questions.
prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
He's no character.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Or that.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
And apparently a couple of other things.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
On Marty it probably
Look,
does.
forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
He ain't buying that.
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
I mean, to be fair, that might have also been a good. That might have been a good move on her
Like
part.
me, this case is getting more and more intriguing.
To say the least. You played me from the start, didn't you? What exactly do you want to throw on me?
What exactly
Yeah,
do
it's
you
just-
want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and
Whatever it takes.
not exactly, but something like that.
Okay.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
Sure.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
Oh, man. Could have done that. Could have done that one better. Actually,
Natasha is a confident woman. That was a remarkable performance.
I actually just want to try and see if I
I'm
can do it
glad
again.
you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time. But this stage still calls my name.
So that
I have many admirers.
the picture on the wall is quite daring.
Crap, I didn't.
Only
I didn't
if you
look at that before.
come.
All right,
Did you really?
you're quite a...
Life is in.
You tell me.
Okay,
What
let's
can you
try
tell me
this
about
one.
Ibn Wessler?
You should be more specific. What do you want to know?
Oh boy. How did you meet him? Don't you think it's a cliched formula, the bimbo and the mob boss? How much do you know about his business dealings? Okay, granted, different questioning.
How did you meet Ibn, if I'm not too intrusive?
Ooh, line from the last
Of
one.
course, you're intrusive, but I guess that's an occupational hazard.
I feel like that's it, what he said to Leslie.
Well, yes.
I was a dancer here in the club, in Anita Jenkins' chorus. When she was in a good mood and allowed it, sometimes I even did her vocals for her, although she thought I was an upstart little whore.
Sounds friendly. Don't you see a correlation between your partner's activity and the threats?
If Ibn has anything to do with it,
Just picking the
Do your
random one.
job, Sonny. That's all I'm telling you. I trust in my man's innocence, concerning this case, at least.
I'm not interested in anything else.
Okay,
You see, that's why I came to you.
because he would focus on the one case.
Distant and nervous. Could you elaborate? How does Ibn treat you nowadays?
Like a prince treats a princess. Maybe that sounds like a cliche.
I mean, it can,
little.
kinda.
He holds me in the hollow of his hand. He always has. He's never hurt me. He couldn't. Recently, he's been a bit distracted and nervous, but there's heavy weight on his shoulders right now. That's why I didn't want to burden him with any of this.
Distant and nervous. Could you
Distant and nervous. Could you elaborate?
Ibn is devoted and attentive. He sends someone every hour to ask me if everything's all right. But I can't even remember a time when we were together. Just the two of us. Recently, he spends a lot of time here and in other clubs. When he's with me, he's nervous and preoccupied.
probably thinking about
Why is
work.
that? Don't you think it's strange?
I don't think it has anything to do with the threats. It started earlier.
Any ideas about
I mean-
a cause?
None. Maybe it's stress. Ibn's working on doing more and more of business legally. That's kind of hard for someone like him.
Is he trying to get himself out of the underworld?
Plot twist. He's trying to get out of the underworld. She wants to stay in it.
Maybe.
That's interesting. Thank you. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't
new
matter how
information.
hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know. What was in those threats? Exactly.
Okay, I'm assuming it's gonna be the same thing as the
The
last
message
time.
itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and
Exact.
so
You really don't have it.
I guess I do.
Whore. Cat got your tongue?
Well, thanks.
Okay, could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you? Furthermore, that's what I went for, and that didn't go well. I don't know if that meat is good
No
or
one's
bad.
ever seen the culprit? Not even a shadow?
That's one of the most curious things. Ibn has men everywhere, literally, my shadows, ghosts in every alley. But no one saw anything.
One of them could be the culprit.
Could
Ibn
be.
pays his animals well, and he's the most dangerous man in the city. A combination that nullifies your theory, I believe.
I mean,
Maybe, ma'am. Love is capable of insane miracles and miraculous insanity.
to say
What
the least.
poetry? Did you ever think about writing a book?
Not the
Never.
books again.
I'm afraid I'd learned too much about myself.
Maybe
Again.
that's the point. I would read about you. Not like the chicken police Pulp Fiction.
Actually get to know
Hurry
Sonny.
hell. Do you read that trash?
Did you run into
Like
those?
everyone else in the city.
Oh boy.
Oh, great.
I think it's flattering, even as badly written tales of heroes in the gutter.
Holy hell.
You enjoy it?
Oh, just a little, Sonny. Just a little.
Dark shadow from the past. A next level. A husband, perhaps. So it's not a fan and not an inside job, but what do you suspect?
A dark shadow from the past? An ex-lover? A husband, maybe?
I'm surprised you asked that just now.
The option only became available.
Well, I
now.
have my habits. Some call my methods peculiar.
What a curious way to put it.
I'm a curious kind of fellow. So?
I've never been married, and I don't really have any serious relationship before Hobart.
A more dangerous, not serious relationship, maybe?
I've never been with anyone long enough for them to hate me.
Fair enough. But wouldn't they hate you for
Love
leaving them?
is just another face of hate.
So is hate a face of love then?
I guess. Were you on the run?
No, Mr. Featherland. I came to Clawville with a clean slate, and I'd like to believe it will stay that way.
I mean, can it? Like, dating a mob boss? I guess as long as she doesn't get involved
You mean
in
as the
it.
girlfriend of Ibn Wessler, the biggest mob boss in Clawville? Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her.
Yeah,
I'm not lying.
just not desperate.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
Again, like that's like over half his
I'm
character.
sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Or again, all
Molly
that.
is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
At least one to two of those things might be accurate. I don't think Sonny considers himself decent.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
He's waiting.
I did. I knew I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Again, I feel like that was the smarter move for her, like just in
Luck
case.
me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Oh,
You played me from the start, didn't you?
It wasn't my intention.
isn't that what most people say when
I'm
they
an
do
old
that?
cock, Natasha. I've played too many of these games, and I've been on the losing side often enough.
So, you're going to walk away?
I mean, probably not. It would be a short game all the way.
Damn right. I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Look, Sonny, money's not an issue.
Oh yeah, your fawn had already mentioned that. But unfortunately, it'll be hard to spend all that dough when I'm dead.
I mean, good
Dead.
point.
Don't even say that.
Do you have a gun?
Me?
Of course you, Natasha. Do you have it on you?
Not at the moment.
Well, let me give you some advice. Keep it with you, always. Maybe in your purse.
You don't think they, whoever they are, would hurt me?
Don't be naive, Natasha.
You're right. I'll keep it with me.
I don't want to scare you, but 2 cops snooping around can mess something like this up, even if it's just 2 roosters.
You'll keep snooping? Thank you, Sonny.
Maybe you're getting yourself into even deeper trouble with me. Thank me when this is all over.
Fair point. Oh! I'll admit I was not expecting that. Fair enough. Perfect job, exactly how you would have done 10 years ago. BY Cloville, Sonny, and the chicken police are back in action. Oh boy.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Yeah.
Natasha,
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
Yeah, probably the amount of bodyguards and Wesley in
It's
the club.
something I keep hidden there. I
Or
won't take
that.
the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Okay, so kind
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard that.
I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know,
Please, this is very important to me.
sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Alright.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
The interaction with Marty will be interesting. Oh, checking into it quick. Oh. Okay. Just trying hard to change the subject, but when it comes to the flight, he obviously knows more than he's willing to tell. She's afraid her fear is genuine, but she isn't telling me everything regardless, and I don't like it. Natasha has invited me to her weekend house to show me something. In any other situation, I would be glad about it, but in this case, I'm concerned. The threat, or rather the threatened word, in the message sent to Natasha, it's brief and it says a lot regardless. Alright then, well I'm gonna leave it there for this one. Thanks guys for watching, hope you enjoyed, like, subscribe and all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.